So here's a big question for you. Could the latest AI tech be the lifeline for small, traditional businesses? The ones that feel like they're being left behind? Today, we're diving into this really bold idea, using AI chatbots to help a whole generation of artisans and shop owners finally get a handle on the digital world. Okay, but let's just cut right to the chase here. This isn't just some abstract talk about technology. The real question is, can an AI chatbot actually help, say, a 70-year-old shop owner who's probably way more comfortable with an old-school abacus than a tablet? That is the real challenge we're looking at. And this chart right here, wow, it really puts the problem into numbers, doesn't it? You can see this massive digital divide plain as day. Older business owners are scoring a 43.3 on digital literacy, while the national average is 70. I mean, that's a huge gap. They're at a serious disadvantage. So the big question becomes, could AI be the thing that finally builds a bridge across this gap? All right, so here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll ask if AI can even help in the first place. Then we'll see if the tech is actually ready. After that, we'll question if it's the right solution, weigh the pros and cons, and finally, give our verdict and a recommendation. Let's get into it. So what exactly is the proposal here? Well, the idea is to plug some really advanced generative AI right into South Korea's national program that supports small businesses. The goal is to create, essentially, a personalized consultant that's available 24/7 for the owners who need it most. Okay, first things first. Is this even possible? Can we actually build something like this right now? Let's look at the feasibility. And you know what? The short answer is a big, resounding yes. From a purely technical angle, the AI we need is already here. It's mature, it's ready to go. Experts are actually rating its readiness at around 90%. That's huge. And what's so wild is that all the pieces are basically sitting on the shelf, ready to go. We've got powerful AI models like GPT-4o and Gemini. We have simple ways to hook them up to existing data. We could honestly get a working prototype tested in just 3 to 6 months. This isn't science fiction anymore. This is totally achievable. So this brings us to the most important point. The tech? The tech is ready. That's not the problem. The real challenge, the make or break part of this whole thing, is designing it for people who might find technology, well, intimidating. All right, so we've established we can build it. But now for the much tougher question. Should we? Is this really the right solution, both economically and, just as importantly, for the people involved? I mean, look at that number. A potential 50% drop in operating costs. The economic argument is pretty compelling. Studies suggest that using this kind of AI could literally cut costs in half for these small businesses, not to mention boosting their productivity and helping with things like marketing. But this is where things get really complicated. On the flip side of those financial benefits, you have some serious social roadblocks. We're talking about the fact that 70% of these owners already find digital tools a struggle. There's a big trust issue. I mean, what happens if the AI makes a mistake? And then you've got real worries about privacy and whether this just makes people feel even more isolated. And this quote from an expert analysis really just hits the nail on the head. AI can't just come in and replace human connection. It seems like everyone agrees the only way this works is with a hybrid approach, where the tech is a helper, not a replacement for that all-important human touch. Okay, so let's just lay it all out there. Here are the pros versus the cons, a straight-up look at the good and the bad of this whole idea. And yeah, the trade-offs are pretty significant. On the plus side, you've got 24/7 support that's personalized, and it's cheap to run once it's built. That's a huge win. But on the downside, there's a steep learning curve. There's a real risk the AI could give bad advice that costs real money. And, of course, you have those big questions about data privacy and security. So after looking at the tech, the money, and the people, what's the final call? Where do we land? Is this AI chatbot something worth investing in? Well, looking at similar projects around the world, experts are actually pretty optimistic. They're putting the chance of success at around 75%. But, and listen, this is a massive but, that success completely depends on doing it the right way, especially getting that human support piece of the puzzle absolutely perfect. This really all boils down to setting the right expectations. This AI is not a revolution. It's not a magic wand that's going to fix everything overnight. The right way to think about it is as a powerful assistant, a tool that's there to help, not to take over. And that leads us straight to the final recommendation. The path forward has to be careful and done in stages. Step 1, start small. just a pilot project with, say, 100 businesses. Step 2, and this is the most important part, combine the AI with actual human mentors for support. And then, step 3, you measure everything, you analyze the results, and only then do you even start to think about rolling it out on a bigger scale. And that really leaves us with one final thought, doesn't it? Technology is just a tool. We get so caught up in the tech itself, the features, the code, the potential. But maybe, just maybe, the real key to making this work has nothing to do with the AI at all. Maybe real change truly begins with how we approach people.